Hey everyone, Chaos Giga here, and in another episode of Chaosville. Today's episode, I have some sad news. I died. So apparently, my brother wants to make a new Guardian farm, which is going to be more efficient than the one he's got right now. And so I was helping him do that, and I will show a time-lapse video of us completely destroying an ocean monument for this new project of his. And in the process, we both end up dying. He failed to mention that, well, he said he didn't need help building the conduit outside, so I left him to it. And unfortunately, he failed to make one big enough so that the 8-minute water potion was actually not the only thing I needed. I needed another one because he couldn't. He had to dig out underneath the conduit a bunch of gravel, and unfortunately we both got the anti-mining thing on us from the ancient guardian, if you will. I need to grab my elytra. But anyway, in this episode we're going to begin working on the super farm, like a super regular farm. I also need... Well, I'm not going to take that right now because I need to just go out there and terraform. So let's trade out that for that. Okay. So basically where I want to build this thing is just outside the base here, just right over here. Somewhere out in this area. I know my brother has a mine over here somewhere, which I'm not going to cover it up. I can cover it up, but I'm not going to cover it up. I mean, it'll kind of be covered up, but it's not going to be like destroyed down here. Like, I know I'm going to have to terraform this down. Not exactly sure to what level, but I'm going to figure that out. I'm not going to bore you with video or anything on it because there's no point. It's just a bunch of grass and dirt that I'm going to be mining through here and clearing out trees. But for the most part, I think it's just going to be in this vicinity right here. The beacon's going to get moved downstairs when my mine is at, so yeah. This is going to be 16 high to begin with, and the width will be 33 that way, and the length will be 77 that way. So if I do this right, I should be able to get the crops that are harvested to come right inside the walls. Possibly. I might just leave a building out here anyway, because my brother and I, well, we're planning on building a door or a gate right here on the wall, so that way we can actually ride our horses through here as well. And honestly plan on building a stable somewhere out here too. Just a stable area to keep the horses in instead of having them inside the mansion. It'll free up some more space inside my mansion for some small farms. But yeah, the concrete factory and probably the warehouse and everything. Well, the dye warehouse will stay here because I'll probably need dyes for other things. But the concrete factory is definitely going to get moved to its own little chunks. That way we have less lag with it. But I'm going to go ahead and get started on terraforming this down, and we'll come back and I'll show it to you, and we'll get a design layout for this farm started. Okay, so I kind of lied. I'm going to have to do a lot more major, revamping of the land here than I thought. So I'm going to have to fill all this in because I want it to be about the same level as the land in my base there. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to farm as much of this dirt down that's up higher, and so I can use it to fill this in, and we'll get the outline of this going. And then I will come back and show it to you. But basically I've got it counted out up here. Oh, there's a creeper. Great. So right at this wall right here, all the way down there is the 77. And I counted that out to 33 for the width. And the height will be whenever we start building up with this thing. So let's kill this creeper real quick. Burn! Thank you. And I'm gonna have to make some more fireworks. I also forgot that I had lost my orange bed when I died, so out of that Guardian farm location, so... Well, anyway, back to the grind of filling this with dirt. Alright, so we finally got it all filled in the areas that I needed to level it out to the same level as the base. The only part I didn't fill in is basically the part that leads to my brother's old mine shaft. We still need to go down there and light that up. That's one of the things we're going to work on, is lighting up both of our bases and like all the cave systems and stuff we haven't found. We're going to do that as a team effort, just so we can keep our spawn ratios up on our mob farms and stuff like that we have in the game. It'll also help God Wrath and all of them as well whenever they do get a chance to get back on the game. That's another thing I wanted to talk about. Was I think once my Realms subscription in 2 months and 11 days, actually it's like 9 days now, I think when it runs out, I'm just going to let it run out and I'm not going to pay for it anymore, because there's really not that many people on here, and I'd like to play some modded Minecraft. So like having some of the mods like with the player head drops and stuff like that, or just like mob head drops, I think that would be interesting and fun. And there's also some other things we can add in, like wool can be turned into string, which I've always assumed that we should have had in this game in the first place. And there's some other things in there that are very helpful, some helpful mods that let me know exactly the sphere range of mob spawns, so I know exactly how far I have to take out my torches and stuff. And you just can't do that in this version of Minecraft and Realms. It's Mahjong's baby pretty much, but maybe in the future they'll fix that and they'll decide to let mods onto it. But I mean, even though it's like a really cheap price, I mean it's really nice, but at the same time it's not, because there's so many things missing from it that I'd like to have. And it gets really, really laggy at some points, so I don't really like that. So me and my brother have been talking. We're thinking about doing a single-player world where we can just join LAN, because we play most of the time together. If there is any time in the future people wanting to join up and form a server, we do have plans for that. But right now we're not going to buy a server until after we've really got a lot of people on board, at least five other people on board, because right now mostly it's just my family members that are playing the game all the time. So and that makes it more interesting and more fun, in my opinion. But anyway, this is the format that we got to set up for the farm. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the logs out so we can get back to this. Let's just put it in the corner here. Actually, let's grab more than that. Let's grab that many. And I think I got another box in here with a craft. Yeah, there it is. Crafting table in it. I'm gonna need that. It's got a couple of crafting tables actually. Let's put one down here. We might need one up there later on. So we'll keep one on me. Okay, that'll be enough for now, I think. So this first corner here is going to be where we start. I'll have to go and grab my scaffolding at some point in time too, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. So it's gonna this is gonna be where the 3 pillars that go up in the air, 14 high, and then we'll have 2 more, which are, it'll go up 2 more by planks. And I think all I'm going to do for the rest of this video is just build the framework, if you will, the framework of the farm, because I'm going to have to get more dirt. I have to get more dirt for the farm. Believe it or not, all the dirt I had was what I needed to fill this in. I also had to farm some more dirt on the backside there just so I could fill it in. So I think what we'll do is we'll just work on the framework for now. I'm gonna help my brother do some more work on that guardian farm, which will be a video after this one. It's gonna be basically nothing but a time lapse with some music in the background. Hope you guys enjoy that. Let me know what you think about it. I'm gonna do a time lapse of this as well, with nothing but music in the background. But right now I'm just placing the foundation so you guys get an idea of what we're gonna do. So that's the four corners. So I'm gonna build that up, and then I'm gonna build the framework up above the ground out of the spruce planks. And I'm gonna do all of that through a time lapse because it's gonna take a while to do it. It's probably gonna take about an hour just to do the framework because this is a huge farm. I'm also gonna have to grab my scaffolding, like I said. So let me make sure I didn't put any scaffolding in here. I don't think I did. I didn't put any scaffolding in there. I also need to make sure that I put lamps down too, sea lanterns. It'd be a good idea to have them out with me. Oh, I do have some dirt in there. Wait a minute, did I put another? I think I did actually. Yes, I did. Oh my goodness, I completely forgot about that. So I do have enough dirt, but it's probably gonna be in another episode when I actually finish this. This is probably gonna take 2 to 3 episodes to finish, just to be honest, because I need to get with my brother and figure out if we want to have silo bins for storage for like 4 different silos. So like one for carrots, one for wheat, one for potatoes, and one for beets. I don't even know if we really need beets or not, but I want to get with him and see if he wants to have some silos for that, and then we have an extra silo that goes with all the extra stuff, or the stuff that doesn't get captured by the hopper mine carts and stuff, to be ready for catching any of the extra stuff that makes it through the system. I think that would be a good idea, and at the same time, then again, I'd rather just have the chests in a building right out here on the side, where we can just gather the crops and then go back up and replant them, just because that would prevent any more lag in this realm, because obviously there's a lot of lag in the realm and it affects it's affecting other people's internet connection, I think. So I'm trying to do everything I can to fix that. I've got the lag down and managed pretty well actually now, except for the concrete factory. I need to remove that from here and put it in its own separate chunk. Once that's done, I think all the serious lag that is caused by the farms, it can be dealt with, because you'll just be feeling that whenever you're here and the farm actually goes off, which is basically what you want. Those automatic farms with the flying machines. Other than that, sit back, relax, and enjoy the time lapse. Okay, so that's as far as I'm going to get, unfortunately, today. If you didn't notice, I did screw up a little bit on this side here. Yeah, I kind of miscalculated on one of these. I counted out, I think it was too short. Yeah, it was too short on this side over here. I counted out by 6 instead of 7 because I want to have 7 blocks there so that the ones that are down below that block will actually be where the water is and the land goes on top of it. To basically just, yeah, so to allow the water to keep flowing. So all we have to do is have one water source block, or the main water source blocks up here at the end, and then release that water, and it'll just cascade down to the end here. And then the last section of each side will be 8 blocks. So that way we have enough water to reach to the end, push the crops into the trough here. I don't know how I managed to do it. I was just thinking about making a two wide water stream system to take the crops down to the chests, and I somehow miraculously managed to do that, even though I decided against it. But I guess I must have miscounted out that way, which is fine. I mean, we can deal with that, I think. So crops will just come down in here, fall down in this two wide drop, which is probably a blessing in disguise, just because the crops will come down quite fast when that water keeps cascading. And the other thing is probably going to experiment with some ladders to get down into the fields at the top there, at the top section, I think. That way we don't disturb the land, the dirt, when we get down in there. And I would experiment with that. But I think in the next section we'll work on filling in the dirt and stuff. I should already have these 3 done, because it's just going to be copies of that basically, and I'm just going to do it the same way with the bamboo scaffolding, which as you can see, 64 was almost not enough. Pretty much it's basically not enough, but I was basically struggling just counting out how many I could go up high, so like 4 stacks of 10 was enough. But since I've got the outskirts of the form of it done, the central ones should be a lot easier to do. So I can mark them out, and then I can just go across with the wood where I need the dirt to go in and the water to go in, and I can make a water source block up there, dump the water where I need it, and go from there. But I think I will do this skeleton of the inside here, the inside 3 for both sides, in my own time, not recording it. And when we come back in the next episode, will probably be either my brother's guardian farm, or I might save that for after this is done. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But this is going to do it for this episode. In the next episode, we'll be placing dirt up here all the way through, and maybe get these central pillars done, along with all the water and stairs and stuff that need to be placed in there. So I will catch you guys in the next episode. Hope you guys are enjoying the time-lapse versions of these builds. It's just showing that this is the only way I could do it in Realms, unfortunately. This is why, another reason why I want to join into a regular modded Minecraft version, because I can have 2 of my same account in. One is a camera account and can be used as a camera account in spectator mode, while the other one I'm actually doing these builds, and then you guys can see from a third-person point of view what I'm doing instead of being in first person all the time in order to see what I'm doing. It's kind of annoying, I know, but it's what I've got to deal with for right now, for the next 2 months anyway. So I'll catch you guys in the next episode, and hope you have a wonderful day.